Oh, Vortex. So the reason that I bring up what I bring up in regards to mental illness is because I don't think that people know anything about it. And they're so perplexed by people's behavior, it seems. Which is kind of ridiculous because if they just looked up some information on mental illness and neurology as well, I think that neurology plays a much bigger part. I mean, that's why schizos are screwed up, because, like, a lot of times we were dropped. I mean, who knows? I don't know what happened to me in, like, the beginning of my life. So they could have dropped my ass along with whatever else they did. So it's just a lot of stuff, you know, goes under the radar. People aren't aware of, like, how much these things are going to screw somebody up. They're not conscious of how their behavior is negatively impacting their children, how the technology that they use, or the TV that they watch, or the food that they give their kids, or the way that they discipline them, or the schools that they put them into, and what they're teaching them in the school. And not just that, but, like, just the whole functioning of the school, and, like, the way that the school is set up, and the time that they get up, and the time that they go to bed, and all that shit. It's like you have all these parents that are just not thinking, like, maybe this is screwed up. Maybe the way that we raise our kids is screwed up. And, you know, there's just all kinds of things that contribute to mental illness. Like, I don't think that anybody really cares about it, because if they did, they would have all the information that I have, damn it. But you see, you guys, I don't have a smartphone, and people tell me all the time that I'm the smartest person they've ever met. It's because I know how to use the internet right. But that's also because I know how to use the internet wrong. Okay? Like, I haven't always used the internet right. I've literally sat in front of a computer and cried looking at pictures of horrible diseases and cancers and tumors and all kinds of shit, because I was so obsessively hypochondriac PTSDing. Only it wasn't like post-traumatic stress, it was pre-traumatic stress. So that's what I call PTSD 2. You know how they have bipolar 1 and bipolar 2? I think there's 3 and 4 now as well. They just need to have it like Friday the 13th, and it just keeps going on and on, you know? Just keep seeing a motherfucker with a hockey mask everywhere you go. He's determined to track you down, right? I mean, it is a horror movie, like mental illness. That's how it feels sometimes, that you have this killer after you, but the killer's inside your head, and you just want to be out of this world. You know, but you're just this kid. You're just this kid in the Camp Crystal Lake, you know, and you're just misunderstood. What is, like, the backstory behind that? I really don't know. I should know, because I used to be obsessed with horror movies. I find it interesting. I think I was obsessed with horror movies because I knew that I was mentally ill, so I figured that I needed some kind of comparison, you know? Yeah. Friday the 13th is not really a good horror movie. It's just good because it's campy and just dumb. You know, like so many of those movies from like the 70s and 80s were just so terrible. They're so bad, but they're good, you know? Like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I know that's not a horror movie, but it might as well be, especially now since it's about Transylvania, right? I'm surprised that they haven't already, like, tried to remake that one. They probably have. See, you're not in the loop at all. You purposely stay out of the loop, so, you know, they probably already have remade it, though nobody could outdo Tim Curry. Right? Right? That's why I refuse to watch the new Stephen King's It, because, like, Tim Curry is just the shit. Anyway. Yeah, so we were talking about personality disorders. And most people don't know anything about them. The only disorders they know anything about are like bipolar and autism. They know that obsessive compulsive disorder is a thing. That's completely different than obsessive compulsive personality disorder, which my dad definitely has. I'm willing to bet money on it. See, I've psychoanalyzed my entire family. That's how I got through it. I feel like most people, they feel judged and nobody understands them. So it's like, okay, if you feel that way, then go out of your way to understand everybody else. So at least you have that as a weapon, you know? Because nobody's ever understood me. Even the people on YouTube. I love y'all, but I mean, you're not me. Like, even sometimes I don't understand the things I do. I mean, most of the time I think I do, but then I think about it and think about it and think about it some more and realize, wow, that was different than what I thought originally, you know? So I'm not as smart as I'd like to think, and I'm not as cool as I'd like to think, and I'm not, you know, that fucking gifted. If I was, I'd probably be further along, but maybe it's humbling, or maybe it's just fear, or maybe it's just because I hate the world and I don't want to be part of it. But you know, it's like my brother's like trying to make me feel guilty because I'm not doing anything with my obvious talent. He said, you should write song lyrics. Which is interesting that you said that, because like I kind of already do. I just don't perform them very much because I hate my music. I mean, I like doing piano punk, but I know it's terrible most of the time. But then you have those occasional moments where I'll just say something so profound, or something will be so well timed, and it'll just be absolutely hilarious. But, you know, those moments I think are few and far between, to be honest. You know, I'm not going to fool you into thinking that I'm any greater than I am, but the reason that I'm great at all is because I trust God, and I trust the instincts that He gave me, and I don't follow the regulations of this shit world, and I don't care about my approval rating, and I don't care about the status quo, and I don't care if you like me, and I don't care if you leave a mean comment. You just don't understand me, that's all. I don't care. And every time that I think, like, maybe I'm going to explain it, no, don't. They still won't get it, it's fine. It's like this chick I was talking about that didn't know my gender, and what else did she say? What is its problem? She doesn't know my gender, so she's just calling me an it. That is funny, though. What is its problem? I have a lot of problems, sweetheart. I have a lot of problems with a lot of motherfuckers on planet Earth. I have a lot of problems with subject matter that doesn't get discussed ever because people are so uncomfortable when you bring it up. Yeah, well, think about how uncomfortable it is for a child to get passed around a pedophile ring. Maybe we should talk about that shit rather than you brush it under the rug because you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? You probably don't. You're probably already gone. But yes. What is its problem? The last part, though, was the funniest part. When she was saying, man, we're really, really screwed if there are more people like this. And I don't know what she was referring to because she didn't say anything else. And that's my problem with people that leave comments. They never specify what they're talking about that triggers them to leave a comment. I wish they would, because that would be helpful. But I'm not offended. I'm just curious, okay? Well, I wonder if she said that, though, because she thinks that I'm a man. I mean, I was bitching about women in the video. I know I was. Because I was talking about mental illness, so.
course I was bitching about women. But yeah, like, my brother, back to my brother, he acts just like a woman. Like, he expects all kinds of compliments when he hasn't done anything. And it's like, anything that he does do, he just does for his own benefit. He doesn't actually care about anybody but himself, you know? His girlfriend is, like, totally fine with this. Like, I tried to tell her today that he didn't have any empathy, and she was like, no, she's from Vietnam. No, it's not that he doesn't have empathy. No. You probably don't have empathy either, bitch. That's why you don't give a fuck. Superficial people don't care about that. Because they rather worry about how it looks. But what's so interesting about narcissists is that they're so concerned about how it looks, but, like, it looks bad always, you know? Like, they will never present themselves in a way that will be pleasing enough to stop this constant need for self-appraisal. And because they'll never be satisfied with anything that they accomplish, because they rarely accomplish anything. I mean, my brother's actually done shit, but, like, it's just like, he, kind of, like, obsesses about, like, a particular thing, and, like, how it relates to his, like, core personality or some shit. Like, he's getting a firearm because there was some fucking shooting down the block from him. I'm like, you know what's gonna happen is that your psycho girlfriend's gonna steal your gun and shoot you with it, and I actually hope that happens. You were so mean, dude. I'm joking! Yeah, you're so totally joking. I'm not really serious. I'm not. I'd feel bad if that happened. Let me just tell you that. I would feel bad. Because, like, I say jokes like that and then I feel bad about them. But it's like, hey, at least I'm not being a cunt. I could be way worse. But me accusing him of unnecessarily competing with me, he's like 47 years old and he acts like he's 8, you know? But I don't know. I'm about to be 37, so I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. You know, I should just commit suicide. But, you know, but I'm like the only one with, you know, actual self-awareness, though. It's crazy. Everybody else just threw that away so they could watch TikTok videos, you know? It's so much cooler to just stare at a screen all day because everybody else is doing that, right? So why wouldn't you do that, you know? There's nobody like me in your life forcing you to question your reality and making you mad because of it, you know? You probably already left, right? You see, the difference between me and everybody is that I know that I sound so arrogant. Like, I listen to myself and I'm like, really, Amy? You sound so terrible. I totally understand why people leave your channel. You're such a cunt sore. You're absolutely right. Critical inner voice. You're absolutely right. And I do feel bad about it. But I know that I'm human, and I know that, like, I can't change that. I can't make it go away. I wish I could, because I want to be nicer, and I want to be softer, and I don't want to be so mean. Especially to people that I, like, relate to, but I've never related to. Like, I feel like he's fucked up because of whatever happened to him in foster care that he can't even process. I feel like he's fucked up. And I feel like I'm fucked up for the same reason, but I, like, acknowledge it, and I'm totally aware of so many things. So it's like, I'm in a different personality cluster. But it's like my parents, it's like they look at us like we're total screw-ups. They won't say that out loud, but I know that's what they're thinking. And we're just screw-ups for different reasons. But he's always competing with me. And he can just, you know, by comparison, like, put himself up on a pedestal because, you know, he hasn't checked himself into a psych ward. No, of course he wouldn't, because he doesn't have the awareness to do that. He'd get thrown in there. That won't happen. No, it won't, because they're encouraging people to be cluster B personality types. They wanted everybody to be a narcissist. That's why they invented Twitter. It's like if I could like relate a personality disorder to like every single social media site, it'd be so easy. Yeah, Twitter, narcissism, Instagram, histrionic personality, say Facebook would be borderline personality. I mean, I got off Facebook because it was making me, like, even crazier. I mean, I thought I had borderline personality disorder when I was on Facebook. Maybe that was it. Maybe I was updating my Facebook page, and I said, you know, I'm tired of being a borderline personality. I think I need to stop. I think at the very least I should chain smoke and become an alcoholic. That would be better than being on Facebook. Right? Well, I did that. I fucking did that shit. I went to rehab and I became a chain smoker. And I didn't use social media. And I didn't pick it back up until Insta-spam. And that was after I, you know, started doing stand-up comedy. So I just took somebody's shitty advice just to see what would happen. And what happened was I went back to smoking. So I quit and I stopped smoking cigarettes again. So that's the thing. Social media is fucking bad. That was the point that I was trying to make there. But it encourages people to be crazy. That's what I'm saying. And obsess about their image and their approval rating. And yeah, this is not normal. This is not healthy. This is not positive in any way. Just because you get some kind of fun out of it, it's narcissistic, dude. It's Luciferian. If it's narcissistic and it's like ego-driven, then it's totally Luciferian. And you're literally, you're literally playing in the sandbox with Satan. That's what you're doing. I just imagine all these people on their phones, just like plugging away on these social networks. And it's like they have no idea how stupid they look. And they're all just playing in this little sandbox with fucking Lucifer. And I know Lucifer and Satan are different. But the internet and the smartphones and the Apple Watch, all that, it's like they make people feel like they're more connected and they're more informed and they have more of a handle on, you know, what's going on and all that. No. It's handling you. Like a pet. Like you're like a dog. You're like, that's how you are. Like every time you go on social media, and it doesn't matter what site it is. It could be Twitter, it could be Telegram, it could be Gab, it could be Instagram, it could be fucking, what's that? Reddit. It's just like people are like pining for like validation from somewhere or something, and it doesn't matter if it's a fucking bot, and it doesn't matter how short-lived it is, and it doesn't matter how superficial it is, people still want it because this whole world is fake. This is the shadow world. And of course I got on this subject because we're talking about mental illness in relation to narcissistic personality disorder specifically, okay?
No, lots of people have this, though, so I'm not just trying to single out my brother. The one cool thing about my brother is that he doesn't do social media. Now, I actually think that the reason he doesn't do social media is because he's a narcissist, so I feel like it would hurt his ego to, like, he sees the futility of it because of his narcissism. I see the futility of it because of it's just how terrible it's making society. So our reasoning is completely different, but, you know, at least we can bond over that, right? Maybe I should hold on to that with dear life. Because I think it's really important, especially when it comes to family members and coworkers and, you know, people that you are, like, closely tied with for whatever reason. I hardly ever see my brother, so it just always gets more awkward the older that we get. But, like, he hates social media. Because it makes him feel bad about himself, as it should. I mean, it's making everybody feel bad about themselves, they just don't realize it. But, yeah, well, maybe when I see him tomorrow, I should just bitch about Facebook or something. And then I can feel like we're bonding for like 5 minutes. But that'll be totally superficial and vain. But, anyway. Yeah, narcissistic personality disorder, though, is not a fun disorder. Like, all the other disorders in cluster B are a lot easier to deal with. Like, you think that borderline personality would be annoying, but it's predictable, though. It's really, really predictable. And borderlines can be funny and self-aware if they're lucky. Then they can inch up to cluster A and be schizophrenic with us. But, if they're strictly, like, narcissist, then these people are going to be, like, obnoxious to be around. Like, just straight up. Like, everybody hates these people. Because these are, like, the least self-aware people on planet Earth. And they really have nothing to offer. Because everything's, like, just so fake. Like, they're AstroTurf people. They're AstroTurf people that think that they're the greenest grass on the greenest lawn on planet Earth. But they're AstroTurf. But that's okay. Isn't all of America